Okay, so the final thing that I'm going to show you is how you get to this enemy that was not previously in the scene into the scene. So first of all, right now, if you want to do this, spawn this, and you want to have the same behavior of all these, no problem. You just use the create enemy. It'll have all the same behavior as these, it'll just have a different model. If you want it to have a different behavior, you're going to have to create your own create enemy function, because it'll be, you'll have to create Rob's boss or create Rob's enemy function, or create balloon function, because otherwise it will have all of the same behaviors. So we're going to start with just having this have the same behaviors. I'm going to make this a little closer to the ground here because I want this to bounce off these walls like the other ones. So in order to do that, just keep a mental note of the name of this model. It's called balloon, right? Okay, so we're basically going to do what we just did, but we have to now have a different name for our model. So we go into your function here. Notice this little pin. You can keep your INI at the top here, and that's very convenient. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to rename I'm going to have a new enemy called, not enemy 6, but I'm just going to call it balloon. Okay, and I'm going to make the model balloon, because that's what it actually is called in the Blender file. You can't make it anything, it has to be what's in the Blender file. Then I'm going to do all of the same things that we did before. So we're going to go into the level manager. We're going to go ahead and create the enemy because it doesn't exist yet. So we're going to go ahead and call this, copy this, and we're going to call this one balloon. Okay, and we're going to make everything, you create it as an enemy, and you're going to remove the balloon, the enemy tag from the balloon. You need a model, so the model is going to be associated with your enemy. Okay, but now we're going to call this balloon model. Oops, it wanted to. Balloon model. Let's go ahead and let it do that. It's called balloon. That's what we called it in the config file, and it's under the variable model. Okay. So let's make sure, double check that. So we do have it under balloon, and the model is balloon. Okay, so perfect. All right, so now we're going to go back to this level manager, and we've got the model, we've created it, we actually have to spawn it now. So let's go down here, we're going to just go ahead and spawn it, and we have to replace the enemy tag again, and we're going to call this balloon, and then we're going to go ahead and rename the model and the enemy, and now we should have a 6th enemy, but instead of it having the model of the UFO, it should have the model of the balloon. Now, if this doesn't work, it might be because we haven't updated our dropper lately, but let's just see and find out. Okay, so let's go ahead and play that. Oh, we got a build error, so let's see what that is. Okay, we got model 5 multiple definition. That's usually because you did what? You copied and pasted it, and that's not a good thing always. So let's go up here. It's probably up here. Where is my redefinition? Let's go where that is. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I just copied and pasted, and I didn't take out that, so I've got to get rid of that. Let's see that if that works. Should work now. Let's see if we get a balloon. Oh, there we got a balloon now. Okay. Ooh, and it's hurt me. And I can kill it. Alright, so now we have a new model in our scene. That's how you do that. Okay, so basically you can do a new model the same as a pre-existing model, but you have to bring it into the Blender file. You're going to have to drop it into the scene after you save, and make sure it's named correctly, and then you do all the same steps that you would do for a pre-existing model, such as add it to your config file, and also make sure you create and spawn it. So you got to create it, and then make sure they have the model is associated with that entity, and then you have to spawn it in the scene. Okay, so that's how you add a completely different model and then to a scene and create and spawn it in the scene. Okay.